3 men were burned alive, or were they? In the heart of ancient Babylon, where a king's word was law and idol worship reigned, 3 exiles stood when everyone else bowed. What happened next shocked a kingdom and revealed the presence of a mysterious 4th man in the flames. This is the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and the fiery furnace that could not consume them. The story begins not in the fire, but in the courts of Babylon. After the Babylonian Empire conquered Jerusalem, many young Israelites were taken into captivity, among them, for standout young men, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Known by their Babylonian names, Daniel became Belteshazzar, Hananiah became Shadrach, Mishael became Meshach, and Azariah became Abednego. They were groomed for service in the king's palace. They were bright, capable, and faithful to their God. And that set them apart. Under King Nebuchadnezzar's rule, Daniel rose quickly after interpreting the king's troubling dream, a vision of a colossal statue made of gold, silver, bronze, iron, and clay. And because of Daniel's wisdom, the king promoted him and his 3 friends to positions of authority over the province of Babylon. But this power came with a cost, and a test was about to come. Time passed, and King Nebuchadnezzar, impressed by his own greatness, did something unthinkable. He built a towering image of gold 90 feet high and 9 feet wide and set it up on the plain of Dura in Babylon. Then he made a decree: when the music plays, every official, every citizen, every subject must fall down and worship the image. Whoever refused would be thrown immediately into a blazing furnace. This wasn't just about a statue, it was about control. Allegiance. Worship. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, loyal to the one true God, refused to bow. Among the gathered officials were jealous eyes. Chaldeans who noticed the 3 defiant men still standing. They rushed to report them to the king. "O king, didn't you say anyone who doesn't worship will be thrown into the fire? Well, those Jews you promoted, they don't serve your gods and they won't bow to the image you set up." Nebuchadnezzar's pride ignited like dry straw. He summoned the 3 men and gave them one last chance. What followed was one of the boldest declarations of faith ever spoken. Even if he does not, their faith wasn't conditional. It wasn't based on outcomes. They trusted God whether he rescued them or not. The king was furious. He ordered the furnace heated 7 times hotter than usual, so hot that even the soldiers who approached it were killed by the flames. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were bound and thrown in, fully clothed, fully surrendered to the will of God. But then something astonishing happened. The king stood up in shock. "Weren't there 3 men we tied up and threw into the fire?" The officials nodded. "Look," the king shouted. "I see 4 men walking around in the fire, unbound, unharmed. And the 4th looks like a son of the gods." Who was that 4th man? Some say an angel. Others believe it was a pre-incarnate appearance of Jesus himself. But one thing is certain: God had joined them in the fire. Nebuchadnezzar rushed to the furnace and called out, "Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out." The 3 men emerged from the flames, not a hair singed, not a thread burned, not even the smell of smoke on them. The crowd was speechless, and the king was humbled. "No other God can save in this way," he declared. The fiery furnace wasn't just about survival, it was about faith. Faith that stands when everyone else bows. Faith that says even if he does not. Faith that's willing to enter the flames, trusting that God is with you in them. We all face furnaces in life. Trials. Pressures. Choices between standing or bowing. This ancient story reminds us, God may not always prevent the fire, but he will always be present in it. 3 men were burned alive, or were they? No, they walked with God in the fire, and they came out stronger, untouched, and triumphant. Let this story remind you to stand strong in your convictions, trust God's presence in the midst of trials, and never bow to fear when your faith is on the line. Thank you so much for watching. If this inspired or encouraged you, leave a comment, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful Bible stories that speak to real life. Keep the faith. Keep standing, even in the fire. Until next time, God bless you.